If you take away guns, she wants to take away everyone's gun. If you take away guns, can't do it.
It is fascinating to watch in real time how the pro-life crowd will continue digging themselves a deeper hole by giving a full-throated endorsement of the Second Amendment like the former president did here. His followers in lockstep with the message.
There's a sign here. It says pro-life, pro-Second Amendment. You consider yourself pro-life?
Definitely.
And you're pro-Second Amendment?
Yes.
Guns is the leading cause of death for children 1 to 17. Is supporting guns a pro-life thing?
Yes.
I would love to hear how the two mesh together because, let's be honest, in reality, they don't. It's just another recycled Republican talking point to symbolize patriotism and God when the man they worship doesn't believe in either.
You see, the left is loaded with demons, and those demons project on everyone else what they secretly are all about. I don't think it's people anymore. I think you're dealing with demons talking through people.
Shockingly, this is the dude Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, a Peter Thiel beneficiary, decided to tour with. His name, Lance Wallnau. Here's his followers speaking with Jason Selvig of the Good Liars.
There's a pastor speaking here. He's been very, very outspoken about his disdain for Kamala Harris, and he has accused her of being part of the occult. Do you believe that Kamala Harris is part of the occult, part of witchcraft?
No, I think she is the devil.
What do you think is going to happen if Harris is elected?
The United States is over.
Over?
Yeah. I don't see how we could recuperate from another 4 years of this garbage.
Do you think Satan will be involved in that in some way?
Satan's involved in everything.
It's weird to hear this, as many on the left share the same feeling on Trump winning.
I pray for this man. Lord, I pray you take the smell of smoke, the disappointment, the bitterness, the anger, the feeling of betrayal and loss. It must be a terrible thing, Lord, to actually feel as though you've been stolen an election and that the nation that you love is suffering with it.
Had no idea God rooted for teams such as Republicans and Democrats. Wallnau is kind of giving the game away here.
Do you believe Kamala Harris is a witch?
Yeah.
You think she's a witch?
Yeah, I do.
Like an actual witch that practices witchcraft?
No.
Oh.
She's just goofy. She's
Goofy.
crazy.
Did you know the pastor said that she was an actual witch?
No, I didn't hear that.
It's true. Wallnau did say this.
Do you believe Kamala Harris is a witch?
I don't know if she's a witch. I think she's something that rhymes with witch.
A new directive from Oklahoma's top education official requires all public schools to teach the Bible and the Ten Commandments starting in the fall.
Just another sign of how backwards our society is going. The separation of church and state appears to be no more, depending on where you live in this country.
Do you think the Bible should be taught in schools?
Yes, that's how it originally began.
You think the Bible should be taught in public schools in the United States of America?
We should have it should be like I believe Vance was speaking about choice for schooling.
So in public schools, they should teach the Bible as history, but in what class? In history, science, where?
I think putting the Ten Commandments out and giving people morals and values.
Do you think that the Bible should be taught as like a history book in schools, like as history, Noah's flood, the earth beginning maybe several thousand years ago? Do you think that should be in history and science?
Yes, well, yeah.
So like the Bible is a history book and taught to children.
It tells our history, correct, yes.
So do you think there should be books that are banned in school?
Banned, as far as I know, the ones that teaches, I don't know, I say all the right words, pornographic books should be banned in school, yes.
A book that has daughters having sex with their dad, should that be banned in school?
Yes.
So a book that has two daughters getting their dad drunk, having sex with them, that book should be banned in schools.
No, the Bible should not be banned.
Oh, okay.
They're telling histories of what really happened.
That is a story in the Bible.
Yes, I know that is a story in the Bible.
You just said it should be banned.
No, the stories that are teaching them go back to your biblical values, the Ten Commandments. No sex before marriage. You wouldn't need all these abortion clinics to kill babies if there was no sex before marriage.
But sex with a dad, that story, that's okay for kids?
It's not okay.
It's okay to teach that to kids, that story? it's okay to teach that kid because it's in the Bible? The Bible should be taught in schools?
The Bible should be taught in schools, yes.
You're okay with the kids seeing a story of two daughters having sex with their dad?
Yeah, because that's mild compared to what they put in the books today.
We'll circle back here because this conversation was mind-blowing.
And what you're seeing now is a real Jezebel. You're going to see a lot of people saying that. It doesn't, it's like Pentecostal 101 when you've got somebody operating in manipulation, intimidation, and domination, especially when it's in a female role, trying to emasculate a man who is standing up for truth.
Here's the scary part. Aside from the patent falsehoods in this man's rhetoric, I just don't know if he believes anything he's saying and if it's all performative. His stock has risen. He's made tons of cash recently. Regardless, you know who eats it up?
He said he believed that Kamala Harris was potentially a Jezebel who practices witchcraft. Do you believe?
I haven't heard that comment. I believe God uses people and Satan uses people. So there's good and evil in this world. So I vote biblically correct, not politically correct. So
you said you voted biblically correct, not politically correct.
Not politically correct. Not with the world's view. I am a Republican. I will vote. The Republicans, I believe in what their platform stands for. Camilla never seems to answer any questions. She just tells us.
Sorry, who?
Sorry, Harris.
Obvious tell right here.
The pastor that's speaking here at this J.D. Vance event, he said that Kamala Harris practices witchcraft. Do you believe that she's a witch?
No.
No.
No, she's just an evil person.
Evil, not a witch.
Well, actually, she's a puppet. Let's be real about it. Biden was a puppet. You know, they're not running this country. Obama's running this country.
Obama is in charge right now?
I believe so. Yeah.
Quick question. How do you reason with these people? Like, how do you reach them?
Do you believe Kamala Harris is a witch?
No.
Okay.
But I don't believe she has a real spiritual foundation, and that she is vulnerable to the influx of demonic energy.
We're going to make an important announcement today regarding the Bible and the Ten Commandments. My staff has been looking at Oklahoma statute. We've been looking at Oklahoma academic standards. And it's crystal clear to us that in the Oklahoma academic standards, under Title 70, multiple occasions, the Bible is a necessary historical document to teach our kids about the history of this country, to have a complete understanding of Western civilization, to have an understanding of the basis of our legal system, and is frankly, when we're talking about the Bible, one of the most foundational documents used for the Constitution and the birth of our country.
This is Ryan Walters, a MAGA stooge who serves as Oklahoma State Superintendent. His most recent request.
So remember back in March of 2024 when Donald Trump announced that he was selling the Trump Bibles for about $60? Remember he did the whole video about that? Well, now in Oklahoma, the head of their Department of Education, their superintendent, who's like an extreme MAGA guy, his name is Ryan Walters. So he's put out a bidding process right now because he wants to make sure that there are Bibles in every school in Oklahoma. So he wants to order 55,000 Bibles. And so he put out a request for proposal, RFP, but he tailored the request for proposal that the Bibles that will go in all of the classrooms in Oklahoma, which will cost about $3.3 million.
And it would, in theory, go directly to this man's pocket. Guys, it's all a grift, all of it.
Selling their kids for foreskins, that happens in the Bible. That's okay to teach kids that story?
I have never heard that.
Okay to teach kids that how to treat your slaves, that should be taught to kids?
The Bible should be taught.
In Leviticus, it says, if a man lays with a man, surely he should be put to death. Is it okay to teach kids in school that it's okay to kill gay people?
The Christians aren't the ones out there camping. You go to these other countries, they're the ones that you will be stoned to death for for homosexuality.
But you're okay teaching kids that homosexuality is punishable by death?
I'm okay with it in the Bible.
So are you okay with a story of a brother and a sister having sex together? Are you okay with that being taught to kids?
I'm okay with the Bible being taught. There's stories, these stories are on the news every day. Are you okay with that? Just because they tell what history,
so you're
what God wants for them.
All right, that's enough here. You get the point. The good liars are doing, sorry, MAGA folks, the Lord's work on the ground across this country. If you can, check out a show near you, follow along, and subscribe on their YouTube channel, Instagram for Reels, short form on TikTok, and please make a donation to their Patreon to keep the party going.
What about the military?
What do you think?
A hilarious question with an even better answer from comedian Troy Bond.
I think that the United States, one of the greatest things we ever did economically was realize it is much cheaper to worship the veterans than it is to take care of them. You notice how we stopped doing the draft after Vietnam? That's why we lost the war. They were like, man, their hearts are just not in it. Those dudes love heroin. It ain't me!
Shout out Trump on that. More in a moment.
What do I think about the military? I don't know. I live in New York. Every time I see somebody with one light up Dora the Explorer shoe, and that's it, I go, maybe we should take some of that war money and give this a sock!
I mean, where to possibly begin, right? I guess we start here. If you appreciate what you just saw, and I know I did, please go and check out Troy when he comes to a city near you. I sincerely appreciate how he responded to this. Now, let's break this down. The first thing is the question. It almost felt like there were many question marks left on the teleprompter when this dude asked the question. And I'm sure he did not expect this answer. Or maybe he expected something in his mind where he thought, oh, this is going to be the wokey pokey. And Troy, cool, calm, and collected, answered wisely. Because it is true. The people who serve this country do it for a few different reasons. Number one, shrewd minority, is patriotism. The second is they want health care. They want to be able to get braces and have the accessibility of something that only our country finds a way to absolutely bungle for the most developed nations in the world, right? England, France, Sweden, Italy, Denmark. It doesn't matter. Anywhere. They don't say, yeah, you know, your kid who really needs that medicine and he's gonna die if he doesn't get it. You need to call insurance. And you need to stay on the phone with insurance. And, you know, maybe he could ration it. Maybe he could ration the medicine that is sold all throughout the world for pennies on the dollar that'll cost you your mortgage. America, freedom. Another reason that people go to the military is of the benefits that they think they will get that in the end they just don't. And Troy is right. The veterans are not taken care of in this country. And if you are a veteran, you might actually plus if you're a Gold Star family, might actually get attacked by the front runner for an entire party who claims patriotism. So here's what I say. The United States is an empire, right? And instead of giving us healthcare, giving kids lunches, giving us free college, helping life be affordable, instead, what we do is say, hey, all of that money that you're giving us, what we're going to do is we're going to use your tax dollars to then give to pharmaceutical industries, so they could produce a drug and then sell it back to you at like 500% markup. Oh, and by the way, your tax dollars, we're going to give them to our donors. Oh, and by the way, on top of this, we're also going to spend all of your tax dollars on the United States military industrial complex so we can go bomb kids. If that's like cool, it doesn't matter. I'm asking, it's not cool for you. I'm giving you this idea of an option. We're also going to fight climate. We're going to fight climate change. Except, what else is not going to fight climate change? The United States military, which is the #1 carbon emitter in the world. So, hey, what do I think about the military? And if Troy had to wrap it up, hopefully I picked up where he left off. If there are any stories we missed, if there are any that you would like to submit, get at me and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. DMs are open. Look forward to your submissions. And also, if you can, please support the network. Go to tyt.com/join to keep us independent.
The person of the year who, for better or for worse, had the most influence on the news in 2024 is Donald Trump.
Many will hate it, and they are certainly entitled.
I think, you know what? I think what a lot of liberal Americans can't get their heads around is that there are a lot of people that just wanted to vote for Trump. They just liked him. And I don't think people wanted to believe that that's what America was about. But we've kind of always been this way. And if you want to ask the people that really knew that, it's black people.
Comedian Michelle Wolf, though, shares her take on America and Trump's popularity.
But the media's tamed down a little bit. They're liking us much better now, I think. If they don't, we'll have to just take them on again, and we don't want to do that.
Think about how dire of a situation it is when Donald Trump says something like this.
Well, I mean, I feel like for jokes, nothing's off limits as long as you have a good enough punchline. There's those topics where it's like, you're going to go after that. Your punchlines better be good.
Better hit.
Yeah. They're the hardest jokes to do, but they're the most rewarding when they work.
Right.
But like journalism, stuff like that, it's like a lot of that just feels like, because I mean, I have a lot of problems with journalism, but one of the biggest is that they're trying to make it entertainment. And like they try to like be like, what's the headline question gonna be? You know, what's gonna spark people's anger or emotions? And, instead of actually doing the work.
And thus Wolf rightfully calls it out. Let's also not forget how Donald Trump went after Michelle Wolf post White House Correspondents' Dinner Roast, which she recapped with none other than Joe Rogan.
He said something about when I don't remember the exact tweet he sent me, but it was like something so-called comedian did such a terrible job. Oh yeah.
I bet you'd be on my side if I had killed a journalist.
And that was right after that was during the Khashoggi stuff or whatever it was. Saudi
Jamal Khashoggi,
yeah, the Saudi journalist that had been murdered.
This is what he said. So-called comedian Michelle Wolf. By the way, that is like some of the best publicity you could ever get.
Yeah,
the president says this. Bombed so badly last year at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. First of all, not true. You can go listen to the recordings. People were laughing. Like, come on. This is so crazy that you say that. Bomb so badly. Play it back.
Yeah.
Let's play it back. What's all that noise?
I don't know if he wrote this tweet, though, because the grammar is so perfect that I'm like,
Right, the dash in between so and called.
Yeah, it just feels like I was like, did someone else draft this?
Could be.
Two things stand out. First, Wolf handled his tweet incredibly well, with a good joke. Second, hearing Rogan talk this way about Trump just 5 years ago is an odd sight to see.
I am the least racist person there is anywhere in the world.
What an indictment on the United States of America, specifically those who voted for this. In Wolf's own words,
what's the difference between Michelle Wolf, the performer, and Michelle Wolf, the person?
We're pretty much the same. I start all my conversations with, you guys hear about this? My friends hate me.
What do you hope for yourself 5 years from now?
To be better than I am now.
What do you hope for America 5 years from now?
To be less racist. Come on, guys. Try like a little.
Indeed, try a little, like not voting for a bigot in general.
Well, that's embarrassing. What's that stuck to President Trump's shoe as he boards Air Force One?
Even though sometimes the jokes write themselves, Wolf, a seasoned comedian, shares how her line of work has actually gotten a lot harder over the Trump years.
Well, he's definitely made comedy harder because everything seems sort of dire right now. And so it's harder to make people laugh, I think. And also, most Trump jokes are so hacky that, you know, like if you're gonna do a joke about Trump, it's gotta be like a new angle I haven't heard before. I don't wanna hear anything about his orange skin or his hands or whatever. Now everyone likes to use the excuse, I was just joking. And I'm like, no. We were joking. We are the comedians. If you're gonna say you're just joking, then you better do bar shows and open mics for several years and then earn the credit of being called a comedian so that you can go and say, oh, I was joking. It's like, that's our thing. We're joking.
And rightfully again, she calls out those who aren't strong-willed enough to stand by what they said.
The one thing that we have known, and it has been true for a very long time in our voting history, is that there are white women who vote their ideology, and that includes their gender, and there are white women who do not. The white women who do not are voting their race as opposed to their gender. And we are seeing that in this election cycle as well. That means we should not put all women in a single category. Far too often, the relationship between patriarchy and gender, racism, come together, and we see these differences every time.
By the way, here's a look at who should have been the mayor of New York City. Instead, they got Eric Adams. Anyways, with Wolf, she shares similar sentiments.
But that's what I feel like the liberal white community does a lot, where they're like, no, but we don't want to talk about like how we're racist. We want to talk about how we don't want to be racist. And I'm like, yeah, but let's talk about how we're racist.
So you can change
so that we can recognize that we're racist and then change it.
Right.
Like it's that like weird distinction where it's like, no, you have to comment on how things are and recognize how they are before you can make them better. Because we've done that a lot in America. You guys have probably noticed as black people. That we tend to just not take responsibility and pretend like things are okay.
Exactly. When of course they are not. Liberal white women are in turn holding back progress, as she explains.
We are following breaking news. Fox News alert right now.
She also has very fair and on-point criticisms about the news industry, including this.
Flint really still doesn't have clean water, you know? Like there's plenty of other issues that are happening rather than what like Trump tweeted and covering that for like 6 hours. It's like you can report on everything Trump did. You don't have to keep reporting on it, and you don't have to bring in a panel of people to talk about what he said and then to argue about if it was racist. It was. But you know, we don't need to keep covering it. It's like report the news and then report the other news, because there's plenty of terrible things happening and we're not covering it.
Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.